Okay, Asia session live, trading futures now. Currently looking at gold. Gold, don't really have a strong read on what's happening here. We are at the low of a range on the H4, faking out the low of that range. On the H1, we're faking out the previous day low, faking out the day range low, day range high, low created by that inside bar. So I would expect a bit of a push up. And on the M15, we are currently in a range. Trade that M15 bar on the 15 seconds. You can see that we're in a breakout phase that has been stuck in consolidation for the last 4 and 15 bars. So it's a breakout phase over here. Had a breakout phase that broke out of a range. So breakout phases happen after breaking out of a range. In a breakout phase, I'm looking for evidence that the market accepts that breakout direction. Want to see a setup below the breakout level as well as the range breakout level. On a breakout bar, first setup is a trend retracement setup. Want to see price fake out that momentum time frame and then take the trade down. So here we have the fake out. TP would be the low. So this is a trend retracement setup. Fake out that momentum time frame in a trend retracement setup, and then take it down. Stop loss would be above the breakout level. So in this case, stop loss would be above the breakout level, and this would be too little. I'm not interested if it's less than 1.2R, preferably at least 1.5R, and so I would skip that one. Next setup, again, looking for a momentum time frame fake out. This would be the next setup if I'm using limit orders, and this is about 1R. Again, wouldn't be interested, and then the next bar close as a bullish fake out bar. So bullish fake out bar after a breakout bar, this is a trend continuation setup. So if I don't get that setup in the first bar, looking for a breakout followed by a bullish fake out, and I'd be looking for a trend continuation. Fake out the setup time frame, which is the M15, fake out the momentum time frame, which is the M5, stop loss above breakout levels, and then take it back down to that fake out level. So on this bar, the setup would be, or the limit order would be put at the highs over here, stop loss at the high, and then this gets to at least 1.3 Rs, so this one would be a valid one to take. TP at the fake out level, stop loss above breakout level, entry at the momentum time frame fake out. So this one would have been a good one. Valid time to take it, but at this time I'm usually having breakfast, so did not take this trade. And now we're in consolidation, and I want to see price breakout. We did have a breakout over here, which changes structure, but this actually did not trigger the range low. So this would be a setup for me if it did fake out the range. This would be a range fake out setup. Take it back up, but this did not trigger the range low, so I wouldn't go for that one. And now I'm just waiting for price to break out. I don't know whether it's going to break out to the highs or break out to the lows, but not interested in trading inside of a range. So on gold right now, I'm just going to wait until it can get out of this range. So I'm going to set some alerts here and just sit and watch the NBA playoffs. All right, so just waiting for that, and let's see. All right, so looks like we're having a breakout here on the M15. Have to be a little bit careful here because I am overall bullish. I would rather be buying. So this could just be the beginning of a fake out. But current price action is bearish, and we have a breakout phase. So officially in a breakout phase now. We're stuck in consolidation the entire Asia session. Only trade would have been that first one, which unfortunately I wasn't at the computer for. And now I'm looking for a trend retracement. All right, so 30 minute is also pushing out. Possibility that the trade can be on 30 minutes in 15 minutes. So right now the thought process is we're currently in a bearish breakout phase. Breakout phase, I'm looking for evidence that the market accepts that breakout direction. Want to see price stay below the range breakout level and the M15 breakout level. Setup on a breakout bar, first setup is always going to be a trend retracement setup. Want to see price retrace to that momentum time frame, which is the M5 right over here, closer to that breakout level, and then take the trade down. I want to keep my stops above the breakout level. So right now, trade would be here, right at the M5 high. If I place a limit order there, and my stops would be hidden behind the breakout level. Since there are a bunch of levels here, I'm going to put my stops at the high of that M15 high, and the TP would be down to the M15 low as per the setup here, but this is below 1 hour, so I'm not interested in this. So what I want to see happen is for price to continue pushing up and give me at least 1.2. So I'm not really interested unless price can get around this point. So I'll just put alert here, and if it does that, I'll have a look at it. Again, there's a possibility that the trade could be on the 30 minutes, especially since I don't like it right now. Hopefully that this 30 minute can continue pushing up, and then I'll look for a trend retracement on the 30-minute time frame. Previous week low is right over here, right at the entry here actually. So got to be careful about that. But yeah, so right now, no trade until price can give me at least 1.2R. So I'll keep an eye on this one. It is at the end of the Asia session, so this could be a London session trade. Yeah, so just going to wait and see if anything sets up, but right now, nothing on gold. Actually, I am going to wait until London session because H4 bar is about to close, 1 more hour, and then that'll be 1 hour before London session. So I'm going to wait for London session. All right, so it looks like price did exactly what I want, but there was no setup for me here. It did trigger that M5 high, but stop here was too far away. Wanted to get up higher, and it did get up higher. Wasn't watching it at this time, but if I did, I would be waiting for price to get at that M15 high. So this wouldn't have been a trade I would have gone in. All right, so what I'll wait for now is the H4 bar to close. And on the H4, the momentum time frame is the H1. So H1 right now, the high would be right here, which would not be ideal for me to take a trade like this. So what I'm hoping to see happen is the next H1 close as an inside bar or a fake out bar. So I want to see that next H1, which closes, well, still plenty of time, but I want that next H1 to kind of just stay inside here or fake out the high, fake out the low, I mean, and then on the next H1, which happens to be right at London Open, take a trade for a continuation move. So that's what I'm hoping to see. But right now, nothing I can do about this. It's just breaking out. I'm not going to take a trade right now. I'm just going to wait for London Open. And so again, I want to see the next H1 bar stay inside or fake out the low and then stay inside. And then I'll look for a continuation move in at London Open. Okay, London session live. Price is not doing what I want for gold. Stuck in a range here on the M15, so I'm going to wait for a breakout over here. It pushed down a lot more than I wanted. So setup still exists if it doesn't close and break out, but not the best one here. Did have a look at NAS, and I did see that NAS is setting up. So I might switch over to NAS. I don't usually trade NAS in London session, but once in a while you get some good trades. There was one earlier, breakout phase, and then trend retracement. So this one would have been a good one to take, and now it's setting up again. So we're in a range. So that breakout phase ended up getting into consolidation, and now if it closes like this, it'll close and break out for another breakout phase. The M10 is currently down over here. I do want this to push up a little higher, and then I could keep my stops above. So this would be the ideal scenario. So I might switch over to NAS if gold isn't breaking out. Okay, so I'll decide in right at London Open. Right now I'm going to stay on gold, but at London Open, if gold's not doing anything, I'll have a look at NAS. Okay, so I'm switching over to NAS. Gold's not doing anything, getting stuck in a range here. Want to see it break out. So I'm going to set some alerts on gold and move on to NAS. So NAS, 17 seconds here, H1 closing, breakout, M15 already closing in breakout, plus a bearish fake out here. I liked what I saw in the 30 minutes. Breaking out of a range on the H1. We're already in a breakout phase over here. Price did stay below breakout levels, gave a trend retracement setup here, and now we're in a trend phase. So trend phases on the H1 confirm that the breakout was accepted by the market. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set limit order just above, keep my stops at breakout levels, and look for a move all the way back down. So that's enough for me. 1.5 R, more than 1.2 R. I want to keep my stops below 200 and 1.7 R, and that's it. So setting that limit order. Trend phase, got to be careful about these. I do prefer trading pullbacks, but there's always a possibility that it can come up and fake out the H1 high for a trend pullback. I don't mind trading trend pullbacks during trend phases, but I don't want to trade trend pullbacks during breakout phases. Trend pullback in a breakout phase, you're getting above all those breakout levels, and the breakout wasn't accepted yet. So trend phase, I'm okay taking a trend pullback, so I have to be careful about that. Better stop would be above here, but that would be too wide of a stop loss. So I'm okay as long as I'm above these breakout levels. On the 30-minute, you can see there's an M10 range here, so I actually might push this up just a little bit. I'll just leave it there. We're still above breakout levels. All right, just gonna leave the trade, let it run, and I'll keep an eye on gold and see what this does. I do want this to break out, but yeah. All right, TP hit, price came up, faked out exactly at the level that I wanted, and hit TP. So 1.8 R on this one, and that's it. Gold not doing anything, so good decision to switch on to NAS. And really enjoy trading futures at the moment because I don't need to trade with trend momentum. I don't need to identify trend momentum. I just need to know what the next bar is going to do. And so seeing that breakout of a range in a breakout phase, it tells me that the market had enough volume to push out of that range. So I would expect at the very least that it would come back to that peak. And so trading futures, I have more of a scalper's mindset. So I just need to take that little bit and that's it. I don't need to hold it and then I don't know where it's going to go. I don't need to rely on trend momentum. I just need to know what the next bar is going to do. And so this has been really good so far. And that's it. So done with the session. I'll keep an eye on gold, but I think I'll shut off this video and start a new one. Yeah, all right. So saw it on the 30-minute breakout as well as on the H1. Trending tracement here on the H1. Perfect trending tracement there. And that's it.